stuff or webinars, etc. But it's that movement throughout the day. It's putting the human at the center of the computing experience instead of the computer at the center of the computing experience that we're trying to do.
And then your company is called Altwork, right?
Correct.
And what do you guys do?
So we build a fantastic way to work with your computer. Our most famous product is our Altwork Station, which allows you to go from standing to sitting to full recline.
Very interesting. So this is a hardware. Yeah, this is like an actual.
Hardware's hard. Yep.
How do I put it? Command center.
Command center, coding cockpit, new way to work. All these things have been used. And then in addition, we build the accessories to really develop that. You know, our core focus is around the person at the screen. And so right now, as an example, I'm using a TrueView with you, which is originally developed as a extension of the Altwork Station, but we actually built some accessories for it so you can use it with a traditional monitor or desk. So I have eye-to-eye contact with you right now, and I can see your face. And I have the lighting on me. This is all integrated in contact with you and see your facial expression at the same time. So if I had my camera on top of my monitor, like you do, this is how we would be talking if I want to look at you like this and I can't see you. And it's little things like this that matter a lot, because what we're really trying to do at Altwork is we want to redefine the computer-centric computing thing, which is what all of us have grown up with, right? We put a computer on top of a desk. Our chair has wheels on it. We roll our body up to that desk, and then we bend our body to the computer, and we wonder why we hurt after a while, right?
Right. I'm sure I can relate to that.
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh because it's so serious.
It's crazy. Right? Like, you know, you get up and you're like, why do I have pain here? Or where do I have pain here? It's kind of wild.
It is. No, it's not just, and it's getting worse, right? Because all of these computer setups were developed for typing, right? Usually this is the part of my conversation where people start sitting up straight and thinking about their neck. But to be, hey, we go to a typewriter and we type up a letter every once in a while after we had handwritten it maybe, and all these kinds of things. Now we're starting our brainstorming on the computer. We're doing a video conference about how we might want to lay that work out. And then we do the work all at the screen. And worse than that, when we're off the screen, we're usually on our phone. So, you know, we get all of that pressure up here,
sure,
in the back, the lack of blood flow top to bottom of the body. All of these things are a problem. And that's what the Altwork Station was designed to fix.
Oh,
so originally, my partner, John Spiker, our CTO, he was rear-ended on the freeway, and his L4, L5 was seriously damaged, looking at all kinds of surgery and things like that.
Wow.
He couldn't sit in a regular chair for even 10 minutes. So he started experimenting with reclined working environments. And of course, that's where we get almost all our press, because it's so remarkable to have the computer screen go up above you and all of these things. And he talked to me about this after I exited the last company that he and I had sold together. And I said, hey, you know what? I think there's a lot more than just the recline environment. I personally really enjoy standing and working for periods of time, right? Right now, I have my feet up, which is wonderful. I'm comfortable talking to you. My head is up, all of these kinds of things. And that's an important part of our workday too. And then finally, for myself, I might go further back for more passive activities, you know, trying to read all your emails and all that kind of stuff, or webinars, etc. But it's that movement throughout the day. It's putting the human at the center of the computing experience instead of the computer at the center of the computing experience that we're trying to do. So let's talk about our origin. So John Spiker, who's our CTO, and myself have known each other for 30 plus years. And we've grown up in the aerospace business, solving really hard problems. As we like to joke, things that are hard enough to do in the lab. And then for fun, we stick them on the outside of an airplane and see if they still work. So really did some great stuff there. However, quite some time ago, John Spiker was rear-ended on the freeway. And the problem with the rear end on the freeway, it came in hard. And he was really quite hurt. So unfortunately, back problems are very difficult to solve. From an engineering point of view, if you've really studied the spine, you would say, there's a lot of better ways to do this. So he had some trouble for sure. And he was unable to sit for even 10 minutes in a regular chair or a car seat or a dining room table. Wow. So what that meant is for him, he had a certain number of hours that he could drive, that he could sit at a restaurant table with friends or family, or he could be at his computer. And, very rationally, the first thing you want to do is to say, well, I really want to be able to drive. I want to be able to have dinner with people. How do I fix my office? Right. So he started working on that. And he worked on it in secret for years, just kind of experimenting, trying to help himself out. And after a while, he approached me and he said, I've got something that I've been working on that I think is really neat. We need to talk about it. So I went up and talked to him. Now, I haven't had any back issues yet, knock on wood. Most people will. So if you don't have them, be happy. But I've never been satisfied with the computing experience. I grew up doing CAD as an engineer when it was, not new, but it was really growing, right? There were still drafting tables in the office and that kind of thing. And I just was really not satisfied with this whole solution. So attracted to how do we solve this problem? Because I think that the person at the computer is doing really important work in today's world, right? As
most of the work probably now, right? It's not going away. So this is a super big problem. Something I can relate, not necessarily to the same extent, but I had 2 rear ends and I had whiplash twice, and within 6 months of each other. And it's problems that last forever. And to your point, it's looking back, I'm like, how much of the resultant problem was just the wrong setup,
Absolutely. And you think about the kind of work that's being done in front of the computer right now. So we have a vision statement, which is very inspiring and very aspirational, but it's also very true. We know we're quote, only making workstations, right? We're not curing cancer. We're not solving clean energy. We're not getting ourselves to be an interplanetary species. However, all of that work is being done at a computer. All of the good things, that future, that optimistic technological future that we all hope for is being created at a screen as we speak. Cool. And Altwork wants its role to just give the best possible tool that we can to these people to help them, if they can just get that personalized medicine done a little bit sooner, that's going to help so many people. So
what's the company at? Where are you at in the venture?
So we have been shipping product. We have over 1,200 Altworkers is what we like to call our customers, right? And they work great in the field. We have incredibly happy customers. We have emails that'll bring a tear to your eye because of things that have happened to people, and they're able to work now. If you can't work at a computer, it's kind of hard to be a full person in today's world, so it's really important. It's not just the work side, it's the life side that matters.
Do you have something you want to share to kind of show people what this looks like? Or I can always share my screen and show the website, because I think on the website you have this pretty interesting station.
Yeah, I think, why don't you go ahead and show the website?
Cool, let's take a look at that. So just for reference, and it's interesting because we did an episode yesterday and the founder shared their product, and I thought that was really interesting. So this is what we're referencing. This is the Alt Station.
This is an Altwork Station.
Workstation.
What you're seeing there is our signature series, our highest end product. You can see the old way to work with the pane that's around the neck, and you can see around the lower back. And then also every area where the human body is bent at about 90 degrees restricts blood flow. And that's a big deal. So the human heart is designed for motion throughout the day. So lying down is really easy on it because it doesn't have to move that blood from the tip of the toes to the top of the head like it does when you're just standing. Walking's great because your major muscle groups are moving. But that doesn't work for a lot of people's work style. So what we wanted to do is encourage motion throughout the day by making it seamless to just press a button and you can move a few degrees, or you can go all the way from standing to full recline just at the press of a button.
Okay, so all this is hydraulic and the user can adjust it by basically power.
Correct. It's technically it's electrically driven.
Electric, okay.
We have a patent on the motions themselves that keeps the monitor at the same eye distance from fully upright to fully recline, keeps the desk with your fingertips on the keyboard. We use a magnetic desk setup so that you can use any keyboard, any mouse, and it just sticks to the desk. So as an example, you can see this is a standard Apple keyboard. We've affixed 4 magnets to it. And then, sorry.
Oh, you were sharing your screen.
Standard Apple keyboard affixed with 4 magnets. And then that allows us, this is a true view, so I can flip down and show you.
Okay, cool.
So this sticks, but I can still move it around, right?
Okay.
And then we have a variety of other accessories. So our phone mount, which I have a wireless charger on. So
super interesting.
And magnetic notebook, which is just fantastic. The ability to move, to share a sketch like we're across the table is one of the great features of the TrueView system.
That's awesome. What an innovative product. So you have 1,200 customers out there. Who typically is buying this? Like, I think the thing that, I mean, gaming comes to mind. Are we seeing it adopted in offices at all?
So our gaming penetration is not as high as most people think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, our primary customer tends to have some either very high recognition of the importance of ergonomics or is dealing with some amount of pain today. The issue is that's tens of millions of people in the United States alone, and about double that worldwide in our demographic. So of course we have the software developers and everything that people think about, but we also have a lot of writers.
Oh, that makes sense.
So again, so much of the world is at the computer screen right now. So we have writers, we have lawyers, right? We have business owners, we have people, anybody that's at that screen for a long time and either wants to try to stay as healthy as possible or unfortunately is dealing with some issues already, right?
Yeah.
So again, we have them in offices. We sell a number of them to people that have, this remote hybrid work is not going away. So one of the interesting things that happened pandemic for us is in addition to just a large increase in orders, we had people who said, I now need one. Oh, we're going back to the office, so I need to buy another one. Or, hey, I'm having a second home in this location. I need to buy another one, right?
Is everything and everything's direct to consumer? You don't have like a distribution model otherwise, or?
We have some people that are authorized to work with us. We have partnerships with a disability insurance company. It's so expensive for a person to lose their income, and it's so expensive for a company to lose their team member that in many cases, these are given to people just to allow them to continue working. right?
Oh,
You could do the math for a six-figure engineer on how many days out of the office or away from their ability to work at their home office it takes to pay for an Altwork station, and they rapidly become free.
okay. So what's next for Altwork?
So Altwork is very focused on expanding its current customer base. We are doing demo locations. We hope to have that beyond the United States sometime reasonably soon, but in the United States. And we will always be developing accessories. As an example, the TrueView system that I'm just really in love with, right? It's a fantastic way to make these video conferences so much more effective. That wasn't a thing 3 years ago. Like that was just kind of something people did every once in a while. And
Right.
that's the thing we do every day, right? So we will continue to adapt to new changes in the market and expand our product line.
Great. Okay. How did you guys find your first customer?
So that's a fascinating story. So we had investors, and our investors, it's a revolutionary product, right? So how big is the market for a revolutionary product? That's always hard to say. So we built up 5 very good prototypes, very advanced prototypes. We had built prototypes for years beforehand. You should check out our launch video on YouTube. It's got almost 1 million views. We've never promoted it.
Oh, great. We'll add that to the show notes for sure.
That'd be awesome. And we created that video. We did a press tour and we launched it, and it went viral around the world in an unbelievable way. It was fascinating. So, and people just started ordering on our pre-order campaign.
That's amazing.
Pre-order campaigns are something else, but in the first 24 hours, Elon Musk ordered. I mean, we got
okay, well, there's a good endorsement.
that was wild. We got it and we have some of the most fantastic customers that you'd ever get to know. Some of them are on our various websites. We're on republic.com right now.
You are. Okay, good.
We are. You can see some of our customers there, but there's so many people that are so dissatisfied with the traditional old way to work. They know the problems, and there's just not innovation in the space. That we sold millions of dollars worth of equipment with our Altwork stations, reservations in that pre-order campaign. So that's how we found our first customers.
That's awesome. All right, well, we'll include in the show notes both of those links to your Republic and that viral YouTube video. How else do people get in touch with you?
So altwork.com is our website. Nice, simple. When you're launching a business, you got to work hard on the name and the domain, right? Everyone knows that. So altwork.com is a great way to reach out, chat. We also do remote demos, and now we have a Calendly set up if you want to learn more about Altwork. You can learn more about the company on our republic.com offering, which is currently available.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, we'll include all that in the show notes. All right, we're going to wrap with a few quick things. First is, if you could give only one piece of advice to other founders, what would it be?
You got to hang in there. It's always a longer road. I have done multiple startups. I've had good exits. I know how that goes. I've seen it go faster than you expect, but it usually doesn't.
That is great advice. What is the role of either community, allies, or alliances in the success of your business so far?
For us, it's been huge. And I will tell you, when you get an email from someone whose life has been changed for the better because of a product you've built, it keeps you going when there's always going to be tough times. If this was easy, everybody would do it, right? And hardware's hard. It's right in the first word. But when somebody has, feels like they have their life back because of the work that your team did, that just really keeps you going. So that's been incredible for us.
I love it. Che, thank you so much for your time today. I'm glad we have an opportunity to learn more about Altwork and what you're building. We're going to wrap with one final thing. which is when we have interesting people on the Form Your Own Pack podcast. We like you to nominate other interesting people. So usually we talk to investors or founders of scalable ventures. Who would you, Che, like to nominate as a future guest?
I think that you would really appreciate talking to Lance Cottrell.
Okay.
He is a friend, a colleague. He's on the board of the North Bay Angels with me, and he has a really interesting backstory.
So North Bay, is that like the Bay Area, or is that North Bay in Canada? See, the Canadian references come out of me. They still, I don't know if you know where North Bay is, but it's not warm.
Well, this is the north of the San Francisco Bay.
Got it. Okay. Well, Lance, you've been nominated as a future guest. We appreciate that, Che. That is an amazing nomination. We will follow up with you on that. Is there any final thing that you want to say that we haven't touched on?
I think this has just been fantastic to have a great conversation. We want people to know that there are options for them, that in order to allow them to have that focus that they need to achieve more, but to stay healthy, right? You don't have to trade your health for your achievements. That's what we're trying to change at Altwork.
I love it. And I forgot to mention, you have like a reference on the corner of your screen that is, I think it's The Clash, London Calling, but with an office chair.
It's attributed to Banksy. If he, her, or them would like to let me know if that's really one of their works, that would be awesome.
I think we kind of have a good guess who Banksy is now, right? It's from what the heck, Massive Attack. I think it's like a Massive Attack. So we're not going to out him. I'm sure he will, but we appreciate it. That's amazing. I love that reference.
I love this piece because, yeah, there's just really, we could do better, right?
Very true. Che, this has been fantastic. I appreciate your time. We look forward to talking to you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.